Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I am Q of Eclectic Tarot. I'm your favorite tarot reader, spiritual worker, and astrologer. And this video today, it's been a long time coming. I did not want to get into the energy of this person too early on, even though he was making waves in the media during the summer and fall of 2025. But now that he has won the 2025 New York City mayoral race and is the now mayor-elect of New York City and will be sworn in as mayor of New York City on January 1st, 2026, I figured now will be a good time to record this video. And I am speaking of none other than one Mr. Zohran Mamdani, the self-titled Democratic Socialist who is the mayor-elect of New York City. Okay. Now, let's get into it. Mr. Zohran Mamdani, he was born October 18th, 1991 in Kampala, Uganda. Okay. And Mr. Mamdani is a Libra sun, an Aquarius moon, and a Leo rising. He has a night chart, so his sect light is the moon, and his most beneficial planet is Venus, while his most malefic planet is Saturn. Okay. His chart ruler is the sun because the sun is the planet linked up to Leo. Okay. The most active force in his chart is Mars. And where Mars is in his chart, which is in Scorpio in the fourth house, he has a little bit of a Scorpio stellium going on. Okay. And like I said, here's the sun here. And then you have Mars, Mercury, Pluto here. Okay, fourth house, Leo, ascendant, moon, and Aquarius. Okay. Now, I'm going to start with his sun. His sun in Libra in the third house. It's not surprising that he won the 2025 New York City mayoral election because Libra is a Venus ruled sign and she's also a social planet. And the themes of Libra include balance, harmony, stability through people, stability through society. Okay. Libra is also a cardinal air sign and part of the world point energy. Remember, I talked about, the changing of the seasons. Every time there's a change of the seasons, that's world point energy. And the seasons change at the four cardinal points: Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Okay. So he has world point energy going on. It's not 0 degrees, but this is a sign, a cardinal sign, a sign that initiates and does things. So him winning this New York City mayoral election, it kind of fits. It kind of fits. His vitality, his energy, and part of his purpose is to do what he can to bring balance and stability to the world. Now, we are going to check out his moon. His moon is in the seventh house, and you can see that right here, moon in the seventh house. And, I find that so energetically funny because the seventh house is our house of relationships with other people, not just romantic relationships, but relationships with other people, you and your lawyer, friends, romantic partners, business partners. It's relationships with other people. Okay. In mundane astrology, now this is not a mundane astrology chart video, but I have to mention it. In mundane astrology, the moon is the people of a city or a nation. And yep, his moon right here in the seventh house. House of relationships with other peoples and this in the societal contribution sign of Aquarius. Okay. We're starting to see the things that play a role for him, right? So, like, you can't make this up. And Aquarius is a sign that really wants to contribute something worthwhile to the world or greater society at large. Yes, Aquarius can be detached at times if we're talking about emotionally, but Aquarius detaches emotionally because we have to figure out, Aquarius energy has to figure out what is going to be helpful, and worthwhile to other people. So, Aquarius does this in an unconventional or maybe a way that's weird to other people because this is an air sign. This is an air sign that has an energetic connection to water. Okay. Now, I don't live in New York City. I'm not sure what he led with as part of his mayoral campaign, but if I were a betting person, I would bet that he had some ideas that seem better suited for the common people. Okay. The common people, because again, in a mundane chart, the moon is the people, the sun is the leader, the ruler, the president, the prime minister, the king. So I'm willing to bet he has some ideas about what would be better for the common people, not necessarily people who have means. Okay. And he has the seventh house Aquarius. Okay. Opposite the Leo house. So we have this energy at play in him as a person. Um, People versus leadership opposed to those who rule, right? So yeah, I find that very, very, very interesting. I also feel like he learned a lot from his mother. The moon can represent the mother in a chart. His mother, she's a filmmaker. She is a filmmaker. I feel like he learned a lot from her about people, society, cultures, and things like that. His mother, okay, I'm not going to mention her name. You can go look it up herself, but she did make the controversial movie Mississippi Masala. I saw Mississippi Masala in my younger years, okay? She did make that movie, so you think about that and sit with that for yourself. Now, he does not have any planets in his first house, but his Chiron is there. His Chiron is there in Leo at 8 degrees. Now, there's a somewhat accepted degree theory in use by some astrologers that the degree of the Chiron represents an age in which something major happened to the person or something heavily influenced them or changed the direction of their life. Okay. His is at 8 degrees. If you check the biographical information of Zohran Mamdani, you can go look it up on the internet. It says that his parents moved the family to New York when he was 7. Now, 7 years old is not 8, but something tells me it may have been closer to his 8th birthday. Okay, but this is still huge for him. And they moved to the Upper West Side of New York, which brings me to his second house. Baby, Zoran has Jupiter and Venus conjunct in his second house. He was fortunate to not grow up poor. Okay, some people are completely upset that he comes from a background in which he was not poor and didn't have to struggle. They feel like he's lying to them because how can he understand the plight of people who are in a poorer economic financial state if he didn't grow up that way? The people are mad. There are some people who are mad at it, but yeah, he didn't grow up poor. And listen, I'm happy that there was a child that did not grow up poor. Okay. His father was a professor at Columbia University in New York. His mother is a filmmaker. Okay. So he grew up with a foundation, values, morals surrounding education, beauty, the arts, details. He's very into details. Details matter to him. Okay, and there are pictures of him at red carpet events like the Venice Film Festival, stuff like that, because his mother is or was a filmmaker. I'm not sure if she's still making movies or not now. But the thing about his Jupiter and Venus, um, I think it's possible that he sees art, education, music, leadership as things that should be utilized in service of others. Okay. I think that he looks at how can the government, okay, and the government is a very big structure, something big under the purview of Jupiter. How can government, things that are big, be utilized to be helpful and uplifting for the people? Okay, I'm going off of what we've seen of him, what's been presented of him, and understanding that the old guard, they're mad at him because he won and he's not sucking up to Israel. He's not doing it, okay? And that's another conversation, but he's not doing it. Okay. And his sun is in Libra in the third house, and Libra is ruled by Venus. So I think he was able to share this vision with the people of New York City. Okay. Now, the ruler of his second house is Mercury, and Mercury is in Scorpio in his fourth, right here. Right here. Oh, let me see. Can you all see? Okay, right here. Okay, so I think he got a slick mouth. I think he got a slick mouth, and I think he can say things that pisses people off, and he knows that. I'm not, I haven't seen any of his media, his time on media, his time debating. I haven't seen any of that except for when he said he's not going to Israel as his first trip as mayor if he was elected a mayor. But the other one said that they would. Okay. Y'all go find that clip and go watch it yourself. But so yeah, I think he got a slick mouth. But this is a Mercury that's powered by Mars because Scorpio is ruled by Mars. And it's conjunct Mercury. Okay. I think he's someone that is strategic, and I think he has the ability to think fast on his feet. He also speaks directly. He does not speak in riddles, and he means what he says. Okay, he means what he says. Now, Pluto is in Scorpio in his fourth house. This is a generational placement. Many of us millennials have this placement, not all of us, but many of us. And if he truly, truly wants to, he has the power to transform what he feels is wrong with New York City for the better. Okay. We have yet to see what he does with New York City. He's not going to be sworn in until January 1st. At midnight, no less. And that's very interesting. I'll do another chart reading on that. But yeah, he has the ability to transform New York for the better if he wants to. He also wants someone that is not afraid to fight. Okay. He will go toe to toe with you. Okay. He will go toe to toe with you. He's just not going to crash out when he does it. Some people crash out. He's not going to crash out. He can control his power. He can control it. He can harness it. Okay. I do think that there is a possibility for everything that comes with leadership of this magnitude to go to his head. We will see what he does for the citizens of New York City. We will see. Okay. Now he has Uranus and Capricorn over here in the sixth house, the house of service to others, daily routines and structures. It's all making a lot of sense. It's all making a lot of sense. Uranus is a revolutionary and freedom-seeking planet. It is also disruptive, and it brings a different perspective to the conversation. Okay. Here in Capricorn, day-to-day routine structures. Listen, him winning this New York City mayoral election, baby. This is why he's a big part of the conversation. This is why this was such a thing, because he is literally here disrupting from what we can see on the outside. He is literally here to disrupt or beginning to disrupt the old guard. Okay, this is why they're afraid of him. Okay, things do not stay the same when Uranus comes into play. And Uranus is in Capricorn, the sign ruled by Saturn, old, long time structures in a tangible financial way. Yeah. He has Uranus in Capricorn. Capricorn is a cardinal sign. Okay, ready to initiate change in the physical realm. Okay, especially where structures like finance and housing is concerned. Okay, so this is why they don't like him. The old guard are afraid that he is going to disrupt the status quo that the quote unquote elite powers that be have, which means fucking people over. Okay. He also has Neptune and Capricorn in the sixth house. He probably has some ideas about how he wants to change things. I mean, any candidate should have ideas about how they would change things if they were to be elected to office, but he probably has some ideas that a lot of people they're so struck with it because it may be different. Again, I haven't looked into his policies. I haven't looked into his plans or what he said he wants to do for New York City, but I'm pretty sure he has some ideas. I think some people are looking at him like he's delusional, that he is the Lulu. Okay. I'm wondering how much he's going to truly work to bring his ideas to life in a way that makes sense, that are practical for the citizens of New York City. Okay. Seventh house, he has his moon and Saturn. I already touched on his moon a little bit, but with Saturn in the seventh house, he's committed to relationships as well as building relationships over time. Okay, the Saturn is in Aquarius. He builds relationships, he networks, he builds these relationships over time because these are relationships that are going to be strategic, they're going to be necessary to make in order for him to execute these ideas and shake things up. Okay. He shows up when he's supposed to, so he has energy that is dependable. Okay. He makes alliances, strategic alliances. Okay. Remember, part of his heart, his feelings, and his energy vitality is to give back to the world. Okay. How he does it, we have yet to see. I will say that I think that he doesn't make any decisions hastily. I think that if he's making a decision, I think that he thinks about it. He thinks about it for the long term. He thinks about it for the long haul. And he may make some decisions that people don't agree with at first, but it may be better for the overall good, for the greater good. Okay. Um, he is very much so grounded in reality as well. I think he's grounded in reality. I think he's someone that sees the reality of a lot of things that's happening and going on, and how can he use his energy, his energetics to make these changes, okay? Um yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, his moon is square Pluto, and I'm interested to see how this is going to play out over his term as mayor of New York, because there are parts of him that he keeps hidden away, parts of himself that he keeps hidden away. He's very, very passionate about some things, and he's very, very passionate about the things that he cares about, which should be all of us, but it's not all of us. He's driven. He's very, very driven. So, as mayor of New York, he is going to have to think about and work for the betterment of the city of New York for everyone, even though he is presented as someone that is not aligned with the rich, powerful old guard. Okay. So we have to see how this is going to go. Time is going to tell us how this is going to go. I will be paying attention to the news that comes out of New York. I will be paying attention to people who are from New York. I have friends and I have friends and family members through marriage that live in New York City. So I will be paying attention to things that they say. I will be asking them questions to get their opinions on how he's doing as mayor. Okay. Saturn is square his Mars and Mercury. I think that this aspect in his chart, I think that as he's working to be mayor of New York City, as he works as mayor of New York City, he hasn't been sworn in yet, but I think this energy will present when and if he's ever in a situation where the public will want him to do something immediately, but he's going to wait to take action. I think he will wait to take action. I think he will wait to take action. Mars likes being in Scorpio. Okay, Mars moves around fast. Mercury moves around fast. So we have actions, we have speech, but it is square the energy that does not move fast. It's square Saturn. So there may be times where he needs to say something or take action, but he doesn't because he's trying to think about what is best for everyone. Okay. So maybe, for example, he doesn't swiftly decide to work with, legal counsel to quickly put someone in jail, or he doesn't do quick knee jerk reactions to something that other people, that the citizens will deem something needs to be done now. Okay. So, the question is going to be, how well will he operate within the restraints as well as within the powers that he will have, right? Because, yes, he will have power as mayor of New York City, but you still have to follow the law, whatever the law is, or if he changes law. So, how is he going to react within the system of having power but still restrained at the same time? Okay. Will he be restrained by his position as mayor? Now, he has Jupiter and Venus. They are trine Uranus. Okay? Trine Uranus. Now, with Jupiter and Venus, trine Uranus, they are in earth signs. Trines occur amongst elements that are the same. I wonder if he is going to, will people still consider him to be progressive or too socialist with things? Okay. Um, I wonder if some of the decisions that he makes as mayor will be considered too much bleeding heart, because he has the power to shake things up, but what he values, that's going to be how he determines and makes his decisions. And he's already called himself a democratic socialist, right? People are up in arms. They're calling him a commie, a fascist. They're calling him all types of things. I don't know the man. I'm not going to call him that from what I have seen, which isn't much. Um, I mean, listen, we all know that there are major changes that needs to happen, okay, in this country. Okay. So, maybe they're gonna say some of the changes that he makes are too radical, too progressive. You know, you were in your feelings, you don't care about such and such, such and such. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Time is gonna tell. Time is definitely gonna tell. So this was a very quick look at Signore's Zohran Mamdani, and I love his name. Let me just say that. I love his name. I like saying his name. But what do you think about this astro snapshot of him? If you are a longtime resident of New York City, if you are a native of New York City, if you still live in New York City, what do you think about this? And what are your thoughts on him winning the New York City mayoral election overall? I would love to hear your thoughts about it. Do you have any concerns as it pertains to who he is as the person presented when he was running for office? Okay. So I want to hear from you all. I want to hear from all y'all. What do you all think of this? What do you all think about the energetics in his chart? What do you think about how he can use his energetics to better help the citizens of New York City? Okay, so whatever it is you think, get down in the comment section below, and just let me know what you think. So that's all for now. Thank you everyone for watching. See you in the next video. Take care.